All right, today we're diving into the profound meaning behind one of the most recognizable spiritual figures in the entire world, Lord Krishna. We're going to look past the images we all know to try and uncover the incredibly deep philosophy he represents.
So that really brings us to the big question, right? Who is Lord Krishna really? I mean, beyond all the popular stories and the pictures we think we know, what is the fundamental idea that he embodies?
Okay, so to get to that deeper reality, we've got to start at the surface. We have to start with that popular, iconic image that, so many of us can picture in our minds instantly. These are the familiar symbols. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's the peacock feather, always in his hair, a symbol of pure beauty. There's that enchanting flute, said to just captivate anyone and anything that hears it. Of course, the distinctive blue skin, which people say represents the infinite, like the sky or the deep ocean. And then there's that gentle, almost mischievous smile. This is the Krishna we all recognize. And this is where it gets really interesting. These symbols, they're not just decorations. They're not just there for show. They're actually doorways, gateways to a much, much deeper reality that's hiding just beyond the icon itself. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Thinking of the flute and the feather as just the start of the story instead of the whole picture, well, that's the huge shift in perspective we need. It's an invitation to go deeper. So, if the symbols are just the beginning, where does the story lead? Well, it leads us right here. A massive part of that deeper story is getting your head around the fact that Krishna is a figure of many, often wildly contrasting roles. He isn't just one thing, he's a whole spectrum of existence. Now, just look at this contrast for a second. It's kind of mind-blowing when you see it side by side. On one hand, you have this playful kid, the mischievous butter thief who embodies pure, carefree joy. And on the other hand, you have the divine strategist, the serious, wise counselor on a battlefield, teaching this incredibly profound philosophy. So how on earth can one being be both of those things? And here's the answer. This is the aha moment. The key is that these roles, which seem like total contradictions, aren't contradictions at all. Nope, they're all just different expressions of one single unifying principle. And that brings us to the core idea, the divine essence. So, let's break that down. What is the divine essence? Think of it as the ultimate reality that includes, well, everything. It's like the source code for all of existence. It's the one fundamental truth that's hiding behind every single form and every appearance, from the most playful little thing to the most serious and cosmic. And once you get that, boom, everything just clicks into place. Suddenly, the flute isn't just a flute anymore. It becomes a symbol for the call of the divine, pulling our souls towards something greater. That huge, epic battle, it's not just a war. It becomes a cosmic classroom for teaching us about duty, about what's right, and about our own place in the universe. Each role is just a different flavor of that one single essence. Okay, so this is all really fascinating philosophy, but why does it matter to us, right here, right now? Well, because when you understand Krishna in this way, it offers a philosophy that's totally timeless and universal. It's a takeaway that really goes beyond any single culture or belief. In fact, it gives us this really simple but incredibly powerful three-step toolkit for deeper understanding. First, always look beyond the surface of any symbol or idea you encounter. Second, try to understand the different contexts that it shows up in. And third, search for that universal message that ties all those different forms together. Honestly, it's a method for finding meaning anywhere you look. And that really leaves us with a final thought to carry with us. If we start applying this way of thinking, what timeless truths might be hiding in plain sight, right behind the symbols that we see every single day? The search for that answer, well, that's a journey for all of us.